right, Midday Show. Hugh, before we go back to the phone lines here on the Bryce Harper stuff and Hugh's Clues, and, of course, the breaking news that Lane Johnson is officially back.
He's back.
Yep, Jeff McClain broke that news. Jeff
McClain.
I mean, he is just barreling towards Eagles Insider of the Year. I mean,
yeah.
That's a race that was over a couple weeks ago. Hugh, any breaking news from you? Okay.
I got nothing.
Representing the Midday Show in the Eagles Insider of the Year voting and doing nothing. All right. Here's what you can.
Why are you here? Why are you here? You didn't bring nothing to the table.
What's the point of you?
Here's what you can do. You and I and everyone can react to this. So we often talk about quarterback lists. I find it fun. I know people get upset sometimes, but I find it fun. And typically these quarterback lists are ranking like the current quarterbacks, so all 32 or whatever, or they're ranking top 10 or however we do it. But this was an interesting one. Bleacher Report ranked the 99 best quarterbacks in NFL history. So this goes across lots of eras, lots of generations, lots of different accolades here. Hugh, let's unpack this list a little bit, and let's start with this. I'm just going to start with this, and then we'll get into some of what I'm seeing here. Fair or unfair? Jalen Hurts was ranked the 75th best quarterback in NFL history.
75th. You know what? I'm looking at this list, right? And you're okay. Let me say this first. You're allowed to make any list that anybody wants to make because that's the world we live in. This is America. We can, you have your God-given right.
Rank quarterbacks until you're blue in the face. It's America.
But my question would be, okay, what is your criteria for ranking these quarterbacks? Because I'm looking at this list, Joe, and from my purview, I have questions about why are some of these guys ranked in the position that they're ranked, and because when I look at it, I guess the way that I'm thinking it in my thought process is different than the one that the person who actually made this list.
So let me just give everyone what they used, and then we can react, and you could say you didn't like it or liked it. So they had a panel of people, right? This wasn't just one guy or one person. This was a panel of people. They asked to rank these, and then they came up with the number here of these 99. So here's what they used. They said they weighed a player's peak, longevity, career statistics, accolades, playoff success, and more, whatever the hell that means, when submitting their vote. So before we get into it, I would say Jalen has to have big check marks in
accolades
and I would say more playoff success because he doesn't. In terms of accolades, what does he have? He has the second place MVP vote, or back in 2022. He doesn't have a lot of all-pros or MVPs. So that, I don't think he would score high in. But playoff success, Hugh, that's going to be good. That's going to be very, very good.
Pardon my ignorance, because it was a long time ago, and I can look it up myself, but immediately I asked at 23, what did Dan Fouts do as far as playoff accolades are concerned?
Well, it couldn't have been much. I mean, he was
so that's why I'm asking, because if I recall, I don't think he went to the Super Bowl. I don't think he did any Super Bowl appearances. I'm looking at that one. Who else am I? That's the biggest one that sticks out to me. I'm looking at Peyton Manning over Patrick Mahomes. I have a question about that one, too, because Peyton Manning's 3, and Patrick Mahomes is 4.
Top 5 were Brady 1, Montana 2, Manning 3, Mahomes 4, Rodgers 5. I moved Mahomes ahead of Peyton a couple years ago in my rankings.
I wonder if Peyton gets the nod for the longevity, though.
Probably, and Mahomes just isn't there yet.
Yeah,
but okay, but Patrick, let's say for the sake of this argument that
I know where you're
Patrick,
going with this.
He plays as long as Peyton.
Okay,
Peyton. I think he'll jump.
Then he'll jump Peyton. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's safe to say, looking at his records, how many years he been in the league? 11.
2017 draft for Mahomes.
Yeah, whatever the math is.
But he started in 18. Was his first year.
Yeah, he was his first start because that's what I was looking at. And even if you want to go on accolades, that first year, his first year starting was a hair better than Peyton's first year starting.
It was.
Now, he took a whole lot more sacks.
I think it was a lot better.
But Peyton,
he
threw like 50-something touchdowns.
But he threw for like over 5,000 yards.
What is Peyton?
Not in his first year. Peyton had a bad first year.
He did.
Yeah, he did. I'm talking about Mahomes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I understand that we're ranking, and Peyton's done, and Patrick's right there, but I would have a problem with that one because it's safe to say, just looking at this, that Patrick's going to probably play as long or longer than Peyton.
Yeah, probably. But Peyton has 4 MVPs, and Manning doesn't. Mahomes doesn't have that yet.
Okay, but he has 4 Super Bowls.
Team stat.
Patrick.
Team stat.
No, I understand what you're saying, but that's not the case.
I mean,
so why is Tom Brady number 1?
Okay, for Mahomes, guy played for 23 years.
No, but I'm saying
And
if
the
it's a
Super
team,
Bowl.
if
And
it's
the
a
Super Bowl.
team
like,
stat,
I think it's fair when that becomes the decider. If guys are similar in terms of skill set, talent, whatever, what they bring, then if you want to look next to, okay, well, what are their accomplishments? That can be the decider. But that shouldn't be the number one thing. Like, this guy has this many Super Bowls, that guy doesn't. Like, that's not fair to that.
But that's what I'm asking, because when we asked him accolades, so now to me, when you put Tom Brady, not saying that so listen to what I'm saying. Not saying that Tom Brady's not number one.
He is number one.
But when you talk about accolades, his accolades are tied to the teams that he had.
Right, but that's
But he
why
also led the league in touchdown passes
This
ever.
signals to me that they're not putting accolades number one.
No.
They're not. It's pretty clear.
Well, I mean, if we go on just the personal play, I would put Manning and Mahomes above Montana.
And ahead of Brady. Brady's not like the most talented, skilled quarterback. Like Mahomes has more talent in his pinky than Tom Brady
Let's
does.
dive back to the Hurts thing. 75 is where Jalen Hurts is. Now,
I went all over the place. My bad.
I do think, like, when the other day when I saw he was 75, my first thought is that seems fair, right? He's one of he belongs on the list.
Yeah, I have a huge gripe with this list.
But I think some of as I look through it,
I do too.
he probably deserves to be higher than 75, not because the number, but just because the people above him. 74, right above him, is Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, that's not right.
I agree.
It's not right.
I don't even think Garcia started enough. My memory was he didn't start enough for long enough to be ahead of Hurts on this list.
I was thinking that's another one.
Right,
As I look through the list,
Garcia had 3 years where he was good. Yeah. And he kind of bounced around.
I have an enormous gripe.
Well,
with this
okay.
list,
Can I read to everyone? Let's just go through the amount of current quarterbacks, because I think this is interesting, as we always do, Jalen against the current guys, right? Here are the current quarterbacks ranked ahead of Jalen Hurts on this list. Just active NFL quarterbacks. If I miss one, you guys let me know. I'm kind of going through it as I do this. Kirk Cousins, Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Dak Prescott, Joe Flacco. Who else I got here? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Stafford, Rodgers, Mahomes. I think I think those are the ones. I think when I counted up, I think there was about 11 or 12 active quarterbacks ahead of him on the list. Hugh, what do you think about those names?
You say Joe Flacco.
So it was Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. I got a problem with Kirk Cousins.
You got a problem with Cousins. All right.
Yeah, I got a problem with.
Cousins,
I probably got a problem
Burrow,
with Joe Flacco.
Flacco.
Joe Burrow.
I mean, the Flacco thing feels like longevity. That's why it's there, right?
Yeah.
He's got more numbers and volume and all that stuff. Who else was in that? Active quarterbacks ahead of Jalen Hurts. Josh Allen, Lamar, Russell Wilson, Stafford, and then we got to the guys in the top 10, which was Rodgers and Mahomes.
Yeah.
Well, speechless on that?
No, I'm just saying I'm looking like the Joe Flacco one is for me. Kirk Cousins definitely. Kirk Cousins just has been. Kirk Cousins was the catalyst for the quarterbacks getting as much money as they've gotten. Like that. I mean, it's the truth.
He got the guaranteed money.
Yeah, he was the first to get the guaranteed money, so he was the catalyst for the way that the NFL is set up now as far as quarterbacks.
71st best quarterback.
No, it doesn't. No, I totally agree with that. But that's what I'm saying. When I look at this list,
I put Jalen above Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I look at this list and I ask, what were you thinking? Because you got Drew Brees.
Well, yeah.
Above.
Drew Brees, I think, belongs up there. I do.
So Drew Brees
is at 51?
8.
No, I'm saying my fault. Drew Bledsoe. I'm sorry.
Oh.
Drew Bledsoe is 51.
Do you think he doesn't belong on the list, or he's too high?
I think he's too high. And while we're talking about it, Drew Brees in front of Dan Marino.
I'm with you on that.
I have a problem with that.
Marino belongs above Brees. I'm with you on that.
But maybe they view them as. But here's the thing: what if they view them as similar? But Brees has the Super Bowl.
That's what.
If that's the decider, I think that's fair.
But see, that's the thing that I'm
if
talking
they're close
about.
Enough.
That's the thing that I'm talking about. When you talk about the criteria for ranking these quarterbacks, I think it's important because different things mean different things to different people.
I think what stood out to me as I look at like the block of it, like because they're in blocks, right? If you look at the image that was put out, like here's the group that Jalen Hurts is with, and I think this says something about how he's viewed. What you could disagree, you could agree, whatever. He's with Bernie Kosar, Brian Sipe, Dante Culpepper, Derek Carr, Alex Smith, Jalen Hurts, Jeff Garcia, Vinny Testaverde, Dave Krieg, Kirk Cousins. That's 71 through 80. Hugh, that's how he's viewed. He's viewed with those quarterbacks. And those guys, let's be fair, those guys were good NFL quarterbacks for a time.
I feel like Jalen's a caliber above those guys. I don't think they should be above Jalen. That's me, especially when you talk about what he's accomplished. That's why I'm curious to know what is your criteria. Lamar Jackson is higher on this list.
Well, Lamar's a multiple-time MVP.
Okay, so MVP matter?
MVP matters to me more than anything.
Okay.
Or MVP to me is a better indication of all-time greatness than Super Bowl wins.
Well, to me, no, Super Bowl wins is all that be.
Well,
MVP is you are the most individually
best player in the league.
Best player in the league over an entire season.
But to me, when you talk about quarterbacking in the NFL and getting to the Super Bowl, I think you've led your team to the ultimate prize.
No. You're coming at it from the perspective of what would a fan want more. Everyone would say they want a Super Bowl over. Yes,
I'm coming at it from what I would want more. I'm not.
But
I can give a damn about what people
what
talking
makes
about.
you a better player?
No, but
it's the MVP.
Who is the leader of men in this situation? To me, matters.
See,
It does.
But to say every Super Bowl winning quarterback is a leader of men doesn't think that's not that blanket statement doesn't work.
I give you that. But
Every
Jalen,
MVP ever has been the best player in the league that year.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But Jalen is for whatever we think about him. He has led this team, and he stepped up in the biggest moments.
I guess the best way I could go on the other side of what you're saying, and like just the way I think of it, is I don't think Brandon Graham was a better player than you.
Mm-hmm.
But Brandon Graham
won 2 Super Bowls.
He won, and he has a huge moment. He's one of the biggest reasons why there was the first Lombardi here. I just think you were a better player. I
do too. But,
I figure you did. But I just think Dan Marino was a better player than Troy Aikman, right? Even though Troy Aikman won 3 of them. And by the way, Aikman's ranked, 19th on this list, and Marino's ranked 10th. All right, 215-592-9494 if you want to react to this and everything we're talking about. Also, by the way,
I don't remember Otto Graham either.
Well, none of us do.
I have a huge gripe with the list.
Randall, by the way, was 39. Just to throw another Eagle where he ranked.
McNabb is 42.
And
Vic,
to me,
52.
with all due respect, because I know what Randall meant, and I know, I think a lot of this.
Do you have Donovan over Randall?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I do too.
Yeah, I do.
But
Randall's high.
Randall's before my time.
Very high.
Yeah.
No, Randall
MVP
was
high.
Randall was a phenomenal player as an Eagle. No question about that. Randall broke the mold. But when you talk about accomplishments like that, to me, that carries weight.
It does. I also look. They're close on this list. Hugh, Randall didn't get to play with Andy. He had awful coaching until he got to Minnesota, right? Like in terms of offensive coaching, it wasn't like Randall was playing with it. I mean, Donovan got to be part of one of the great offensive coaches of all time to help him develop. Randall, but Buddy didn't care about offense. I mean,
No, he didn't.
I think those two should be close on the list. That makes sense to me.
The more I look up and down this list, it stinks.
Well, it's
why? Because you don't like the old guys.
Well, yes, get the old guys out of
why?
here.
They accomplished things.
These guys would do nothing in this league.
Well,
today.
okay, but then
can we get real?
All right, but then
real.
When is the cutoff then?
Otto Graham.
Okay, fine.
Fran Tarkenton.
Fine.
Who cares?
Now I do remember.
When's the cutoff? When's the cutoff? Then let's take Joe Montana out.
How about
I do remember
small
Fran.
and played in the 80s.
I don't have a problem with Fran being on this list.
Y.A. Tittle.
Y.A.
Get
Tittle.
Y.A. Tittle out of here. What are
Bobby
we doing?
Lane at 37.
Come on.
You know,
Donovan McNabb. I've never seen Y.A. Tittle play. Guarantee you Donovan McNabb would carve up the league that Tittle played in.
Of course.
And Tittle would do nothing
hold on, in
the league McNabb played in.
By that logic, Ryan Tannehill's 99. Wouldn't he be better than Y.A.
Tannehill
Tittle?
should not even sniff this list.
No, but
the fact that Ryan Tannehill's on the list makes it an insult.
But by the nature of the argument that the old guys are always worse than the new guys, isn't Tannehill better than Y.A. Tittle? He played in 2021.
I would probably rather have Ryan Tannehill on my team right now than Y.A. Tittle.
All right.
He said, okay.
Well, I mean,
there's a hint of truth there.
Sure, but
because Y.A. Tittle probably was like 135. He wouldn't last in this day and age.
I know, but we can't just ignore the past.
Yes, we can.
No, we can't.
Yes, we can. We can turn the page, guys. George Blanda. Get George Blanda out of here.
Right, but what's the cutoff then? When do we stop accepting they were great? 80s?
Can we just use
70s?
our brains? Can we use our brains?
But there has to be a cutoff. There has to be a cutoff. Is it the 90s?
All right. Well,
or the 80s not count?
It's not,
I mean, Hugh was born in 71. We're going to
sponge
him.
Hold on.
You can't just put a hard cutoff there. Like if you were to craft this list from 99 to 1, I think you would have to make the conscious effort to make this right. Like you can't put Y.A. Tittle ahead of somebody like Steve McNair.
So
Or, can we get real?
I understand.
You know that's not correct.
I understand, but we have to give it's
You
what
gotta
you
give the
do in your
passes
time.
due.
It's what
Yeah.
you do in your time compared to the league.
Yes.
I don't care.
Well, I mean, you have
We
to.
know you don't.
No,
Like,
you don't. You don't have to.
Otherwise, then just erase all the old guys.
Yeah, do it.
No, I mean.